about? Oh, I know in my mind I was telling you a story, but that was only in my mind. I got a cut on my finger here from broken glass. Well, up here on the mountain, I got a well. I always keep a bunch of bottles of water in reserve, so I had this big bottle of water, and I was going to place it on the counter. Slipped out of my hand and broke. There was a lot of water all over the floor, and there I was down on my hands and knees with a spatula trying to pick up the glass and put it in a bag. Then I picked up the bag and I cut my finger. Then I realized that it soaked into the boxes of the grub I had stored on the floor there to keep it cool next to the cold cellar. And what are you going with here, man? Then I realized a mouse had eaten its way through. I think they're called papaya seeds. That ain't right. I don't know what you call them there. They're pumpkin seeds. What do you call pumpkin seeds? There's a name for it, but I can't rightly recollect or remember. Anyway, it's the story of my life. So then I pick up the bag, and the bag spills all over the floor. And got some more boxes and started to mop up the floor. And finally, I just said, the heck with it. I'm so tired. I've been up since 5 in the morning. That was near on 8 o'clock. And there I was just getting around to preparing dinner. It's so late in the day, I wasn't even hungry by then. Come on, Hairman, get on with what you were doing. What have you been doing, Hairman? Not a clue. Trying to learn how to play this here guitar. I learned the other day that I could tune my banjo, like the first 4 strings on the guitar. I was saying maybe I ought to bring that in here, but that banjo's so heavy it hurts my legs when I put it on the lap there. Anyway, well, journey goes on forever. That doesn't rhyme. Now, come on now. A journey goes on forever, over mountains and across the ponds, heartbreaks out in the weirdest places, feeling lost and so beyond, woe beyond. But we'll keep on walking through the darkness and the light. The twisted path goes on and on like a maze, and I suppose we'll be alright. Yeah, the roads are long and winding, filled with twists and turns, but we'll keep on finding the lessons we need to learn. Then we'll keep on walking, trudging that path to happy destiny, I hope, casting pearls before swines, through the darkness and divine, for the journey goes on forever. I suppose we'll all be alright, but there's many storms and trials and tribulations, and snakes in the tall grass, and we'll face them all with grace and guidance, for our path goes on forever, and we'll find our place in heaven. Beyond the pearly gates with St. Peter, and we'll keep on trudging our happy destiny. If Peter lets us in those gates, and through the darkness and to the light, our life will go on forever. And yes, we'll be all right. Yes, we'll be all right. So we'll keep on trucking with hope and peace in our hearts. Not to ever forget that we all make mistakes. We're only human. And the spirit goes on forever, and thus we'll never part. Do you believe in reincarnation? Well, I heard the weather guys saying they were expecting some snow on the higher elevations, and so I called up my elderly neighbor. Well, my elderly neighbor's 102 years old. Yeah, Jim Bob, he's a good old guy. He still drives, you know. He'd be putting around on his tractor, and he takes that tractor down to the general store. And I said, Jim Bob, do you need anything? He said, yeah, I need quite a few things before the snow falls this winter. And I said, good, and I gave him my list, and I said, why don't you pick up this stuff for both of us? No sense of both going out in the storm when you got that there tractor. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this radio show this morning, but I just do the best we can do, and it doesn't always come out the way we want to. Like that harmonica yesterday, that didn't quite suit my needs. I hadn't played the harmonica in a year, but that's okay. Never give up and keep trying, Airman. 91.5 WRPI Troy, your everything radio station.